What's up? This is Craig Smith. Today I wanted to discuss the differences between a PPA, a lease, and ownership when it comes to solar for your home. The PPA, which stands for Power Purchase Agreement, the lease, and home ownership of your solar system. You own the solar system. The PPA, the Power Purchase Agreement, and the lease are very similar. The difference is really just this. If you're on a PPA, you're buying the power that the solar panels produce. So you don't own the solar panels. The company that installs them, whether it's, you know, Tesla or Sunrun or Vivint or whoever else offers the power purchase agreements, that company owns that equipment, and they're just selling you the power that the equipment produces, and you have a certain rate guarantee. And now you know what your rates are going to be, and it's going to be more affordable than what you're paying through your local power company, right? So it saves you money. Um, it, the lease, the difference is this: you're not buying the power, so to speak. You're just leasing the equipment like you lease a car. So you are paying to have the equipment on your roof for an agreed amount of time, 20, 25 years. That's what you're paying for, is to basically borrow that equipment for 20 to 25 years, and you get power, and it's going to be more affordable than going through your utility company, just like a power purchase agreement. So they're different in what you call them, and they're different in the foundation, but really they're very similar. Um, then there's the home ownership, solar home ownership program, where if you own your home, you buy solar, you own it like you own your home. Okay. That's going to give you the greatest amount of value. When you buy a solar system, not only do you get a large tax credit, some utility companies offer renewable incentive where they pay you based on the size of your system that you put on your roof. So you get a little bit of cash thrown your way. And then now you're on a finance plan if you choose to borrow the rest of the money, or you can buy it outright with cash, and now you have no power bill anymore. And for the people who choose the finance, you're essentially replacing your power bill with typically a better solar payment, right? So, and every market's different and every system's different. So I'm not going to say it's always more affordable to go solar right up front than your utility company. But in most cases, you're going to see savings with the solar payment versus a utility payment. And in all cases, you're going to pay less over time for your solar payment than you do through your utility company. With utility, we know that the rates have always gone up, and they will always go up. And that's just the way of the world. Inflation itself, plus the stronger or higher demands on the grid, require companies to invest more into maintaining and managing and extending their grids. So the cost of your electricity is going to continue to go up, as it always has and it always will. So if you go solar, your payment is fixed. And the different financing, some people do 10-year plans, 12, 15, 18, 20. So it depends on what you want to do and where you're comfortable with your payment. But you're going to pay less for that than you are to pay your utility company. Savings are significant with ownership. And that's always going to create your best value. There are maybe some circumstances out there where a lease or a PPA might make more sense for you than ownership, but for the most part, ownership's going to make more sense. Okay. What makes the least amount of sense, without a doubt, is staying with your utility company and paying them for power that you use every month. Ask yourself this question: what have you paid your utility companies for power in your lifetime? Okay, I can look back. For me, I had my first public utility company was Azusa Power way back in like 1999, and I've paid Southern California Edison, Azusa Power, and NV Energy, and I've paid all three of them for power for the last 20 years or so. I don't know what I paid them over the last 20 years, but I know what I have from it today. Nada, zero, zilch, zip, nothing. I have nothing except for the power that I used in the past 20 years, right? Well, Maybe in the past 20 years, I pay 25, 30, $40,000. It's probably in that $30,000 range. 30 grand, $30,000 that could have bought a system versus renting the power. So when you look at it that way, it makes no sense to rent your power from your utility company when you get nothing from it. You're paying a premium rate. I mean, if you're going to rent, you might as well rent at a lower rate with a PPA and a lease. At least you're paying less to rent, right? But why pay a premium rate to rent? It makes no sense. So going solar is the way to go. One day we're going to look back and laugh that we had power lines and we're sending power through these things up over the ground that took up all this space and they cost a ton of money when the sun's free. And you could just put some glass on your roof and use the sun's energy, which is free, to give you the power, and it'll cost you nothing after you pay the initial investment to put solar on your roof, which is very manageable with all the incentives available today. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to check out my Facebook page at Craig Smith Solar, or you can find my contact information on my Facebook page at Craig Smith Solar. I have email, phone, open for anybody to ever ask any questions about solar, any concerns, anything solar. Be happy to help you.